Hi everyone. We are on the last day of the poem Spears of the Dead. Today is day 10, which is trees, and it's hashtag Povember25, hosted by Priscilla at Release the Craftin. So I'm gonna make like a little flippy thing today, and I already scored it. I cut this out of a masterboard that I had made, I don't know, a couple of years ago at least. So let's hope it works out today. I don't know. We're going to see. I'm going to end up cutting some of this off. It's a little too long. But I just hope it works out. I don't know. We're going to find out. You know how that goes. All right. So I had an idea where I want there to be background squares. So I'm going to kind of just put them in here. And then I'll put the negative piece over it. So the best way to do this in my mind is kind of just leave it like this and just place them in there so I can pick it back, so I can put it back in after, if that makes any sense. I have some x-ray film that I tried to put over this to see what it was going to look like. And no good. It was too dark. I thought it was going to be too dark, but I wanted to try it anyway to see. So yeah, it was too dark. Too dark. I might put it in, though, one of the pockets. I'll just have to trim it down, unfortunately, because it's way too big. Way too big. Alright, so I kind of want to put, we need just trees creeping in here and there. I need that curly piece of that tree definitely in there. So let's put kind of peeking through, maybe a little bit more than that. It would help if I put the acetate first, it would help. I think I should do that. Actually, then I'd have to cut the acetate. All right, let me cut the acetate so it'll fit on there. And I will be right back. Hold on. Yeah, we're going to have to put the acetate first. I can't be putting this down without the acetate. Let me get that going. Okay, see, I almost messed up. I'm not going to go down. I'm not going to glue down here because we're going to be cutting some of this off. What is this? Is that a piece that got away from me? Yes, it is. Okay. So I talked to my family about the Secret Santa this year, and one of them just wasn't getting it. Well, I don't know. Who am I supposed to buy for then? I'm already buying for this person and that person. Yes, you buy for your own immediate family. I'm talking about all the aunts and the cousins, we all get together, and just draw one name. Just draw a name, and that's who you buy for. Instead of buying for 18 people, you only buy for one. I didn't know it was going to be this hard of a thing. Well, apparently she still wasn't getting it. So then she said, let's not even draw a name. Let's just all get a $50 gift card for somebody. And whoever gets it, gets it. I'm like, yeah, but then you won't know who you're buying for. Like, some people I know will like Amazon. Some will like Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks or whatever. Like, that doesn't make any sense. And then she's like, oh, I'll just have everyone do it that comes over that night. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I didn't realize it was going to be this hard, people. But so we're still in the talks of it. She's like, if we even do it. Oh, hey, I tried. All right, put this down. All right. So let me start. I know that I'll be safe if I just do it on here. I'll have that safe zone there. So the safe zone. That's making me think of Petrus. Petrus on his belly he was all black, but on his belly he had a little tiny white V going, like, it's a very tiny one. And I say, that's the safe zone, because I could pet you over there and not have to worry about petting anything I shouldn't be. Like, that was the safe zone. So I would say, that's the safe zone. And now I thought of that, the safe zone. The safe zone. I miss him a lot. I thought, I was telling, nope, I gotta cut this a little more. I was telling Enos recently from Paper Crafting from Enos. I was like, I thought when Petrus passed, I'd be more broken up about it. I mean, that first week was horrible, right? Like, I was thinking of everything that happened and how it happened and how I saw him at home and what he looked like. And, that like haunted me all week. It was like playing in my mind over and over and over and over and over again. And how I had to take him to the vet that night and all these things. But then after the first week, like, I still missed him a lot, right? But I wasn't devastated. Like, I know he had heart disease, he had some issues going on. So, I was relieved that he didn't have to suffer, because, he was going through a lot, and I missed him. I missed him a lot, but I wasn't like, what's the word? Like, I wasn't, I just wasn't as broken up as that first week. And I don't know, I felt bad about that. I was like, I thought that I'd be more, broken up about it. I mean, he was 13 when he passed. So he got diagnosed with heart disease 6 months before that. At his checkup, we went for his yearly checkup, and she said, he's getting older now. Do you want to do any testing, any blood work? So as soon as they say that, I have to get it done, because now the bee's in the bonnet. So I said, do it all. And they got back to me, and she goes, if the cat has a 1 or higher, that's bad for the heart. She goes, he came in at 929. I'll never forget. 929. I said, oh my God. So they had to find out what was wrong. And they found out that he had heart disease. So she's like, putting him on all these meds and stuff like that. And then she's like, if he was younger, I'd tell you to go do that radiation thing, because then he had sluggish, like his kidneys were getting a little sluggish. But if you saw him, you wouldn't know he was sick at all. He was not acting sick at all. You'd never know. And she's like, but he's older now. So I'm like, yeah. I'm like, well, all right, we won't do that. So we tried him on a bunch of meds, and then he was getting sick and everything. He had IBS as it was, so his tummy was really weak. And then, so then, I mean, every month I was getting blood work, like $350 a month, easy. And I wouldn't have cared. I would have spent anything on him, but, I don't know. And then she's like, well, I was like, well, how long does he have left? And she's, well, you're lucky if he has a year. I'm like, that's bullshit. She doesn't know what she's talking about. He can live another 5 years. I know it. He's going to make it to 18. He's not going to die in a year, because he just didn't look sick. You know what I mean? He just acted himself. You'd never know he had heart disease. And I was like, she's full of crap. That's not going to happen. And what do you know? 6 months later, I'm always home every night. Always, always home. And this one particular night, I wasn't home. It was my mother's 70th birthday party. So we were at a restaurant all night. And when I came home, the poor thing, he had a stroke. And he couldn't move. He could only move his head. God knows how long he was on the floor like that. That's all I needed to see. I was so upset. And I thought he was going to pass right then and there. But he didn't. So after a couple of hours, I'm like, you know what, Damien? We got to go to the vet right now, because I don't want him to suffer. So that's what we did. And it was very, very, very sad. But I thought that was baloney. I was like, that's bull. He's going to live a long time. How could she say he's only going to live a year? I know he's going to live longer than that. She was right. She said, what's probably going to happen is he can throw a clot. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. It's not going to happen. It did. She was right. It did. Yeah. She wrote me the sweetest note, though. She said, that I took very good care of him and this and that. And she used a word that I can't think of right now. And that made me feel good, knowing that I did all I could do for him. But, yeah. See, now I'm getting sad that I'm thinking of it. Now I'm getting sad. I just thought that, it would be more devastating. That's all. Like, I'm not saying it wasn't devastating. I just thought it'd be even worse. But I guess that's how I'm handling it. But that was a while ago. That was, let me see. That was 2.5 years ago. The poor doll. So he was 13. I rescued him. I got him from a rescue when he was 8 weeks old. And they didn't know anything about him, just that he came in with a bunch of other kittens and they all had fleas. The poor thing. And as soon as they got him, they fixed him. He was only 6 weeks old and they fixed him. He got fixed, and then I met him, and then I took him home, and that was it. We had him for 13 years. Ugh, that's a sad story. I'm sorry to bum you guys out. I don't know why I started talking about that today. And I know some of you are very sensitive about that, don't want to hear it, so I apologize. I guess I just had to get it off my chest. I don't know. So sorry about that. It's kind of depressing. But I guess we all go through it, right? A lot of us have animals and we love them, and I guess we all kind of go through it, and maybe subconsciously I needed to talk about it today. I don't know. So I'm sorry if I made anyone sad, but that wasn't my intention. And I see now that this popped up. So let's put some glue. Surprised this popped up like that. I used very good glue on it when I made it a long time ago. This is at least this collage thing was masterboard. I must have made this at least 3 years ago. And it was just sitting there. I said, I might as well cut this up and use it. So it's going to be a little flippy thing here. And then obviously we're going to add to it inside. But that's what I got for today. So that's what I have for tree. Put some trees in there. And of course we had to put a little gravestone because I cut it out and it was part of the tree, so that's what we're going to use. We're going to do that. I really like this prompt today. I like what I made today. I usually hate everything I make. But this one was fun. This was fun, and it's nice to add the acetate because it adds to it. So I'm glad for this prompt today. And that's it. I can't wait to see what everyone else comes up with for a tree. But okay, I'm happy with this. You won't hear me say that too often either. All right, guys, stay tuned for tomorrow, which is going to be a new poem. It's going to be The Conqueror Worm. Now, I'm going to have to look up this one. I don't know this one. And the first prompt is going to be day 11, Veil. I think it's Veil. Let me know if I'm wrong. There's a running joke going on with me and the words, but I think I got them all right. Is this pen? I think it is. Make sure that's pen, because it might not be, although I think it's pen. If I'm wrong, let me know. That's the only thing I think I would get wrong. I think everything else is pretty good this year. I won't be making any mistakes. All right, guys, that's what I got for today. So thanks for watching Happy Crafting, and I will catch you all next time. Bye.